Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have your attention, please? We will commence the formalities now for the 2023 World Bowls Championship opening ceremony. For those that I'm yet to meet, my name is Neil Dalrymple. I have the privilege of being CEO of World Bowls and Master of Ceremonies for this opening and welcome function. On behalf of all the organisers of the 2023 World Bowls Championship, I would like to acknowledge the original inhabitants of this area, including the Yugambeh people and family groups within, and recognise their connection to the land, waters and resources in the area now known as the Gold Coast. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. I would now like to welcome all 44 competing nations who have journeyed from far and wide to attend this coveted event on the Gold Coast, Queensland. And this opening ceremony here at Club Helensvale, including in alphabetical order, I'm sure you'll let us know when I mention your name, Argentina, Botswana, Brazil, Canada, Cook Islands, Cyprus, Czechia, England, Falkland Islands, Fiji, France, Guernsey, not very loud, Hong Kong, China, India, Ireland, Israel, Japan, Jersey, Kenya, not here, Macau, Malaysia, Malta, Namibia, Netherlands, New Zealand, Niue, Norfolk Island, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Samoa, Scotland, Singapore, that's better, South Africa, South Korea, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sweden, Switzerland, Thailand, Turkey, United States of America, Wales, Zimbabwe, and last but not least, our host nation, Australia. Welcome to all the countries. We finally got there. In years gone by, that would have taken half the amount of time. But it's fantastic to see the sport's pinnacle event supported by so many nations. And it's pleasing to see so many familiar faces amongst the crowd. And equally exciting to see so many new countries and competitors who are joining us at a World Bowls Championship for the first time. The players and the team support personnel are unquestionably the most important stakeholders of this event, but we are joined by a number of other dignitaries who have significantly contributed to the preparation and delivery of this event. So I would now like to acknowledge and extend a warm welcome to a number of people. The City of Gold Coast, Councillor Bob Lacastra, Chair of the Economy, Tourism and Events Committee. Tourism Events Queensland Sports Events Leader Laurel Rigoni. Major Events Gold Coast CEO Jan McCormick and Partnerships Team Avril Harris and Gemma Larson. World Bowls President Darryl Clout. World Bowls Australia President Matt Burgess. CEO Matthew Kennedy. Events Team Andrew Howie, Paul Holschke, Brett Hughes, Michael Sorensen and Stuart White. And Communications Team Aidan Davis, Lachlan Williams and Val Febo. Bowls Queensland Chairperson Peter Williamson and CEO Brett Wilkie. Gold Coast Tweed District Bowls Association Presidents Brian Marshall and Vicky Day. Club Helensvale Chairperson Margaret Donaldson and CEO Wayne Moffat. Broadbeach Bowls Club's chairperson Barry Gilbert and club manager Colleen Gilbert, Club Musgrave chairperson Lou Maffire and club manager Wayne Hatchman, Mudgery Bar Bowls Club chairperson Wendy Morell, Paradise Point Bowls Club chairperson Alex McRae, the Helensvale State High School's Lisa Campbell, and all of our 50 international technical officials who will provide their expertise to this event. That's a lot of people. Thank you. We are now joined by some very talented special guests at this function, students from the Helensvale State High School's brass band, who will be performing the Australian National Anthem. Please make the students feel welcome and give a round of applause to the Helensvale State High School. Thank you everyone. Thank you to the Helensvale State High School. I'd like to make a special mention now and acknowledgement of Tourism and Events Queensland and Major Events Gold Coast for their integral support of the 2023 World Bowls Championship. And now welcome the City of Gold Coast Councillor Bob Lacastra, Chair of the Economy, Tourism and Events Committee, to the lectern to speak on behalf of our valued partner, Major Events Gold Coast.
Well, hey, look, firstly, welcome, and whoops, hang on, I'm just going to, come a cropper, all right. I won't go through the whole list. That wasn't me, honestly. I would have said excuse me if it was, but I didn't know. I'm not going to go through the whole list, obviously, of everyone who's here, but as we've already had the acknowledgements, but I did want to, of course, acknowledge World Bowls CEO Neil Dalrymple, also World Bowls President Darryl Clout, Bowls Australia CEO Matthew Kennedy, Bowls Australia President Matt Burgess. The officials are always really, really popular, aren't they? Officials in any sport? Probably more popular in bowls than they are in a lot of other sports. So the officials, and of course all the competitors from all over the globe, which is incredibly exciting, and of course the sponsors, families, friends and supporters. Firstly, I'd just like to extend apologies for our Mayor, Tom Tate. Our Mayor unfortunately can't be with us today as he is interstate at the moment, but he has asked me to pass on his very best wishes to each and every one of you. And I have to say that this really is an incredible event. I mean, it really is the pinnacle of international competition when it comes to the great sport of bowls. And our wonderful city is proud to take the title of World Bowls Capital. Okay, it might be a bit cheeky that we have bestowed that title on ourselves, but we actually think that we're pretty much up there. We've got a very proud and growing history of hosting top-line bowls events here on the coast. And as I say, this one, of course, is a pinnacle. Can't beat the Worlds. Of course, we did of course host the 2018 Commonwealth Games Bowls, and I don't think any of us will ever forget Aaron Wilson's amazing achievement, and we saw some remarkable competition throughout, through the singles and through the pairs. And of course, this year, here at the World Bowls, we've actually got, this is the very first year that the Para Bowls is actually part of the main competition, which is huge. And I'm just going to go back to our Mayor Tom Said, who was, of course, in Birmingham for the Commonwealth Games in 2022. And I know that while he was there, he was finalising those arrangements for the Para Bowls to be part of the 2023 World Bowls. So here we are, delivering on our word, and it's really, really great to see. When I speak about us being the World Bowls capital, which, as I say, we've bestowed on ourselves, when you actually look back over the last few years, we really have hosted some, as I mentioned before, some major events. Of course, the Australian Open we've had here. So over the last 6-7 years, the Australian Open. We also had the National Festival of Bowls, which was held at Broadbeach last year. So, you know, we are very, very honoured and very, very proud to have you all here today, because, of course, it's the first time that we've hosted the Worlds. There are 5 Gold Coast clubs, some great Gold Coast clubs who are actually involved here at the Games. Of course, Helensvale, this remarkable club. We've got Mudgeeraba, we have Paradise Point, Broadbeach and Musgrave Hill. And we also know that this competition is being broadcast throughout a range of networks across the world, which is just great promotion for our city. So thank you for choosing us. I'm just going to say one other little thing that, I say a little thing, it's a big thing, because the sports industry on the Gold Coast actually contributes, I think the last, to make it precise, around $747 million a year into our local economy. So we're pretty big on sport, and you know, the more sports events here, the better. Also last year, 2022, you might be surprised to hear, but the Gold Coast actually ranked 26th in the world as best sports cities in the world. So that just shows you we're punching above our weight, and we're very, very serious about putting on major sporting events. The probably only thing left for me to say is to, again, thank you for choosing us. We wish you the very, very best of competition during the competition. And we do hope that you're going to get the chance to have a look around too and see what this wonderful city has to offer. And if you can't, please come back with your families and look around and see this beautiful city. It really is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's a real pleasure to have you here. As I say, good luck and enjoy the camaraderie too, because sport, it's a great social sport. You never see anyone getting too cranky playing bowls, and how could you? It's a wonderful, wonderful sport. Enjoy yourselves. Thanks again.
Cheers.
Thanks for those words, Councillor Lacastre, and thank you once again to the Tourism Events Queensland and Major Events Gold Coast for your invaluable support both of this event and the sport of bowls in Australia. I would now like to welcome Bowls Australia's President, Matt Burgess, to the lectern to speak on behalf of the host nation and organising body.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Councillor De La Castro. It's fantastic to have you here and speaking on behalf of the city that we are very proud of in Australia, particularly in bowls. There's so many incredible locations and venues to hold big events like this, and the one you're standing in right now is just an incredible epitome of that. Look, this has been a long time coming, and we're so happy to have you here in Australia, everyone. We've got a fantastic 2 weeks to come, and wanted to really just extend our appreciation for everyone making the effort after a long time and a huge COVID delay to get here. We've seen almost every single team here today, let alone get to Australia, which is a long way from anywhere, so thank you. On behalf of BA's board, the management, and also on behalf of the volunteers that work with us and our event staff, welcome to Australia, welcome to Queensland, and welcome to the Gold Coast. BA is proud to be the largest member nation of World Bowls, and we don't see that as a claim. We see that as a responsibility. We think this is in particular something that we can help drive what World Bowls can be around the world, what the sport can be around the world, not only in Australia, but what an incredible responsibility we have to help drive our sport far into the future for generations to come to enjoy it, just like all of you do. So we can't wait to continue that legacy that so many before us have built, and make sure that we extend not just something as entertainment that we achieve, that we see, but a game that provides a lifetime of social interaction, of friends, family, and grandchildren playing with grandparents. Seeing that intergenerational play between generations is something that is very unique to bowls, and we are very, very proud of that. This event will be an incredible first and biggest for many reasons, and we're so happy to be here in Australia to achieve that. We've got new disciplines. We've got the most disciplines, the most amount of players, the most medals, the biggest broadcast reach. We've got the first time, as the councillors mentioned, the first time we've seen para engaged in our sport at this event, which is incredibly exciting for us and something really that drives at the core of what Australian Bowls tries to be, a very inclusive, and if anything, the most inclusive sport that exists. And we don't shy away from a statement like that. We absolutely drive at it and can't wait to celebrate the incredible talent and people that are behind the para team and para athletes. Again, I won't go through dignitaries. I think Neil's done a fantastic job of that in thanking all the people who have made this happen, right from the club staff, the BA staff, the World Bowls staff, and for us it's just an honour to have you all here, and we hope you have a fantastic time and come back and visit again. Please treat our venues with the respect that they deserve, because these people have made their venues available, and a precinct like Club Helensvale is a fantastic example of that. We've seen a $13 million investment in the incredible facilities here that you see before you, and this is really the place to be. So it's a fantastic venue to be here for. All of our venues are really just incredible, full of incredible people and volunteers. So enjoy yourselves. We know you will. It's the Gold Coast. There's really no other option. Have some great fun. Have a fantastic 2 weeks, and we cannot wait to see you all in the finals celebrating what this is for World Bowls and in particular bowls here in Australia. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, and congratulations and well done to all involved at Bowls Australia, in particular events manager Andrew Howie, in addition to all members of the organising committee and the host clubs for the significant amount of preparation that's gone into the delivery of this event over many years. I would now like to call upon World Bowls President Darryl Clout to say a few words on behalf of the sport's global governing body, and then officially open the 2023 World Bowls Championship here on the Gold Coast in Queensland.
Thanks, Neil, and thanks, Councillor De Castro, and thanks, Matt, for those words. I only wish you could all be standing here with me to look out and see what a great spectacle this is. It looks fantastic. And I've already said twice in the last 2 days at the meeting of the managers that we had yesterday and at the meeting of the ITOs, we've finally made it. After a lot of delays, some mostly caused by the global pandemic that we've all had to endure, but here we are. So it gives me great pleasure, obviously, to welcome you all to the World Championships here on Queensland's magnificent Gold Coast. As I said, these championships have been coming for a long time, originally being scheduled for 2020. I guess the one advantage from such a long delay is that the number of competing countries may have grown from the number who may have been with us 3 years ago, so that's a good thing. We now have representatives from 44 of World Bowl's 57 member nations, more than any of the previous World Championships, which were first held in 1966, as you've already heard. Importantly, again, and it bears repeating, we've also integrated para bowls into the schedule for the first time as a recognition of the importance of inclusion for bowlers of every ability. Each of you participants who've been selected to represent your country will get to enjoy some of the world's finest facilities at the 5 clubs selected to host our event, here as the home of World Bowls, as the councillor said. I want to thank the boards, the staff and the members of our 5 host clubs for their generosity in providing their venues for this event. It's not a small thing. The chance to label their clubs as World Championship venues doesn't come around too often, and will be something to boast about for them for years to come. Broadbeach, Helens Vale and Musgrave Hill, of course, have already shown what they're capable of in hosting major events, and we welcome Paradise Point and Mudgery to the major event family for the first time. I know these two clubs will match the standards expected at such an important event. Over the coming days, we'll see almost 1,300 matches at these clubs. We look forward to bowls of the highest quality, played in a competitive and friendly spirit. For those of you competing at your first World Championships, I would say enjoy the experience, compete at your hardest, and try to achieve all you have trained for years for. For those who've already been part of a previous World Championships, I hope you have the chance to renew old friendships and rivalries. For all of you, I hope you get to enjoy some of the delights that the Gold Coast offers while you are here, and that you leave with many happy and lasting memories, regardless of your results. I want to recognise and thank our officials and our volunteers who will help to ensure the event runs smoothly. Largely a volunteer group who provide their service and expertise because they love the game and they want to be involved. I would encourage all our competitors to acknowledge the efforts of all our volunteers in the next 2 weeks, whether on or off the greens, at our various clubs, and remember that they're here to help you achieve what you've trained so hard for. Finally, I want to wish Bowls Australia well and thank them for their decision to host this event. And I particularly want to wish Andrew Howie, John Roberts and Mark Cowan and their teams well as they go through the next 2 weeks. I hope that all you competitors will help make their lives a little bit easier. And I particularly again want to thank the event sponsors, who Neil's already mentioned, for their continued interest in helping to display our sport at the highest level. I wish you all well during the event and eventually safe travels to your homes. And now it's my great privilege to officially open the 2023 World Bowls Championships.
Thank you, Daryl. And as noted, I declare the 2023 World Bowls Championship is officially open. It is now my pleasure to welcome representatives from the Galagal Aboriginal Cultural Centre to perform a welcome to country and perform a very special traditional Aboriginal performance.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Yugambeh Aboriginal dancers. We are one of the families from the local area of the Yugambeh language group. The Yugambeh language group takes in the Gold Coast, which is down the Tweed River, up to the Logan River, and out just over the mountain to the Bow Desert area. In our language for welcome, we say Jingari. This first song and dance is to welcome you here. We'd also like to pay respects to our elders, past and present, and we'd also like to pay respects to you guys and your families and your ancestors, no matter where you come from. Right up. Jigiri wala you kumijagan. Nanya mala. Nanya bayami. Jigiri wala wala yakame jaka. 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 Yo yaku yaki. Jingari, welcome. Jingari, welcome. The next dance about our people going fishing. This is about going fishing on one particular fish, which is the mullet fish. And the mullet is very important to our family here in the Gold Coast area. The mullet fish will migrate from the cold waters in the south to the warmer waters in the north during the cooler months, when we see the paperbark trees just starting to flower. That's the very first sign for our family that the mullet will start to travel through this area. And it's time to gather our fishing gear, our Bra. Yeah. Oop. Ara. I'm tabra, habra, hey, tabra, habra, hey, tabra, habra, hey, tabra, habra, oop, ara, I'm tabra, habra, hey, tabra, habra, oop, what am I? Hop, yeah, go! The next dance about the eagle. And the eagle is very important to our family. The eagle is our totem. It's like our brother. We call the eagle Mibin. And Mibin gave us one very special law. He taught us we always hunt in the middle of the migration of mullet fish, never at the front or the back of the school, because that's where the leader fish are, the boss fish. If we start hunting on those leader fish, the leader fish will take the rest of the school or migration of mullet back out to deeper waters, and we'd miss out on the catch until that school of fish come back into shallow waters again, which could be a couple of days or even longer. Our totem, the eagle, Mibin. Nali Mibin. Anaya Mibin. Hey, I'm a bin, Nakayandala. Hey, I'm a bin, Nakayandala. Hey, I'm a bin, Nakayandala. I am 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 a bin, Nakayandala. What about? Ara. Hop. Yeah. Thank you. So we are the Yugam Aboriginal dancers. We'd like to thank you for letting us share just a very, very little bit of our culture with you today. For those of you who are Australian, this culture, the history, the songs and stories, it all belongs to this land. So it belongs to all of you guys as well. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Well done, and that was a great performance and a great way to finish this function. Before we finish, I'd just like to applaud everyone involved in the staging of this coveted competition, particularly Bowls Australia, Tourism Events Queensland, Major Events Gold Coast, all the staff members who have contributed over so many years, and just as importantly, all the nations who have joined us here to compete at this first truly inclusive World Bowls Championship over the next 12 days of competition. To all the competing nations, I hope that you all thoroughly enjoy your time here on the wonderful Gold Coast and enjoy participating in this event. Well, that brings an end to the formalities of the 2023 World Bowls Championships opening ceremony. There will be some drinks and refreshments served inside behind me here until about 6:45 and photo opportunities as well. So please enjoy the hospitality and wish everyone the best of luck for the start of competition tomorrow. And before we finish, can we just allow all the para-athletes to come off the green first? There's a ramp over to my left. If you let them come off first, and there is also seating in the restaurant for the para-athletes. Please enjoy the hospitality and welcome and enjoy the next 12 days. Thank you.